James.
Keep that in.
Ah. James Cameron's Avatar: The Way of the Water. Avatar 2. It's over $1.2 billion now. But did it live up to its expectations? Do the fans love it? Are the fans happy with it? Did it live up to what we all hoped? I went into it with very low expectations. I did not want to go and see Avatar: The Way of the Water. I, of course, saw it. I didn't like the first one, and I was really not wanting to go and see this. But I obviously did. That 1.2 bill, and I am happy I went and saw it. Because Avatar: The Way of the Water was freaking amazing. I loved it. 4.5 out of 5 for me. Yeah.
I agree. Not 4.5. I gave it a 4.25 as we spoke about in our first video.
Yeah.
But it's undeniable with the success that it's already had.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's doing incredible. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 92% audience score, 4.4 out of 5 audience. It's got 8 out of 10 IMDb. So, long story short, I think it has lived up to its expectations. From the storyline to the visuals, it truly was cinematic dynamite. It was a masterpiece, and James Cameron is truly got a massive imagination, and I'm glad I went in. I'm glad I saw it. I didn't want to, as I said, and 3 hours and 12 minutes. I think that was too long. I think it was too long, but they did have a whole chunk of it, in the water showing off the visuals, which is okay. If you're gonna have visual like that, I'm gonna want to show it off as well.
Yeah, of course. I agree about it being 3 hours. What was it? 3 hours and 14 minutes.
3 hours and 12 minutes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
12 minutes. Yeah, definitely too long.
Yeah.
But I think he just didn't. I think James Cameron has a fear of leaving things out.
Yeah, he definitely does. Of course, there's as we were saying, there's a 9-hour cut out there that James Cameron wants to release on streaming platforms. That's crazy. 9 hours is beyond crazy.
We'll watch it though, right?
Oh, I mean,
If it releases.
maybe pay me $1,000, sure. Nah, I'll watch it in like 5 intervals. But
yeah,
it's doing great, box office wise. Freaking critics are loving it, audience is loving it. The reviews are through the roof. It's already on a break even for the next 4 films. So for it to make profit, for Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 all to make profit, they all need to make 2 billion, all of them in total.
Yeah.
The first one is nearly, well, the second one, but like the first one to break even is already more than halfway there. So they're gonna make
basically
a massive profit.
If they were to make break even individually, they would only have to make 500 million.
Yeah.
Per movie.
Yeah.
But they've already smashed that out. I reckon by the next week, 2 weeks, it'll hit 1.5.
Oh, I think so, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely I am. I appreciate the first one a little more than you do. You're the biggest fan of it.
I don't like Avatar 1.
Maybe give it another rewatch.
Yeah. It's been a long time. But maybe, yeah.
It is it's an older movie. 2009. But this one does things better than the first one does, but I do believe the first one has accomplishes, like, they both respectively do good things.
I think that's fair. Like, I did much rather the storyline of Avatar: The Way of the Water. It was really pretty, the visuals, the acting, all of it was great, and I think I really do think Avatar: The Way of the Water was a masterpiece. Not my favorite movie of 2022 though. That still goes to Top Gun Maverick.
I recently watched the ending of that because my mum put it on, and
right.
I heard it playing, and it was the last part right before Hangman comes in and saves him.
Right, yeah.
And she hadn't seen it before, so It was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely need to do a proper rewatch of that, like a full rewatch, because I think thinking of it now, that might be up there from one of my favorite movies. What about you? Do you think Avatar would? Because you think that do you think Avatar could be in say your top 10 favorite movies of all time? Avatar 2, sorry, I should say.
Top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, do you think it could get into that?
Into mine.
Yours.
Okay.
It couldn't for mine. I don't think it makes my top. I don't think it makes my top 25.
Top 10. I don't think so. You know, there's multiple Star Wars films, multiple Rockies, like
Okay,
two of
sorry.
the Fast and
I should say
Furiouses
excluding
franchises. Like
Dan. Oh no, that's not fair. I suppose because this is a
a
franchise.
franchise now. It doesn't make my top 10. No way.
No,
No way.
top. I don't think it hit my top 25. Maybe I need to watch it again. But I'm like Top Gun Maverick. I've thought about it. That makes my top 10.
It doesn't make my top 10. My top 10's
Um,
filled with these franchises. Top Gun Maverick
yeah, that's
is my
fair.
top 3.
That is fair. I want to know all you guys in the comments where if you haven't seen Avatar, Way of the Water, I recommend it.
Oh, 100%.
If you have, I want to know where you guys rank it.
Yeah. Is it your favorite movie of the year? Did you not like it? Is it like a highlight for your decade? Is it the best film since the first one? What do you guys think? We want to know.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be so mixed. Like I have a feeling that a lot of people aren't going to like it.
There are a lot of Twitter haters, but that's
Yeah,
Twitter
well,
for
it's
everything
Twitter.
nowadays. There's a lot of people on Twitter. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Okay, I'm gonna look at some of the reviews the critics gave, like bad reviews that the critics gave. This film's focus is split in so many directions that none of its characters feel whole, even after 3 full hours. He gave it a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. How do you give this movie a 2 out of 5?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think people just when they don't get what they want out of a movie, they get selfish about it and they get blinded by it.
Critics are really like that.
But because people can be so like easily swayed by other people's opinions, I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah, 100%.
But people looking at critics and then being like, oh, maybe, yeah, and then obviously their opinion then sways.
Yeah.
I think everybody's guilty of it, hearing a different opinion and then believing that one may be true.
Definitely. Another one says this person gave it a B minus. Well, I just wish
that's not too bad.
Yeah, but apparently it's a bad one. I just wish all of the technical achievements made it a more interesting story. So I guess he didn't like the story.
The story isn't. Well, we've established this. The story, like, it was good, but it wasn't groundbreaking.
It was good, but the big highlight for Avatar, the big highlight for Avatar is the visuals, and James Cameron knows that, you know. But I think the storyline was good, an average, good film storyline.
Yeah.
Someone else says it's a great. It fails to give audiences a reason to revisit it for actual reasons, like interesting characters or relatable conflicts.
Well, okay.
I disagree with that.
See, yeah, I don't agree with that either. Like, okay, how many movies you can't get? You have to find relatable for movies like this when there's like crazy aliens and massive planets and whatever. You have to find the conflict within the story itself. Like, you're telling me that there's no relatable conflict. There's no relatable parts in it when Sully's son, not Mateus, the other one, the other son is getting bullied by the new guys.
Yeah. The younger one.
To me, To me, that's exactly like moving schools.
Yeah.
Like moving to a different country, moving to a different place, going to a different school, having new kids.
Yeah.
You telling me that's not relatable? Or trying to fit in a place where you don't belong? Or trying to fit in where a place you look different to the other people?
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. I agree with you there. Yeah.
Like, that's a very feeble argument.
Yeah.
I understand that it's not the most compelling. Like, it's hard to relate to like 10-foot tail,
Hmm.
like 10-foot people with tails that are like in blue that fly on dragons and sea creatures, right? Not that relatable. But you actually got to watch the movie and listen to the dialogue. If you look at it at face value, of course it's not going to look relatable.
Relatable.
But
But behind all their
hmm,
appearance, they can be relatable.
to me, it's hard to find a movie that doesn't have relatable, meaning behind it.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like film writers, or at least good ones, will always try to, when they're writing the script for a movie, they'll always try to add a meaning behind it all,
Yeah, of course.
which will emotionally connect with the audience.
Yeah, yeah. They a movie won't success unless people can relate to it.
Yeah,
Well, yes and no.
mostly.
Um, yeah. Obviously, it's easy when there's big franchises. Like, for instance, it's hard to relate to Avengers Endgame. At least off the top of my head, I'm sure I could find more stuff about it, but off the top of my head, I can't think of much things about relatable to Avengers Endgame. But it's the characters there that you fall in love with, that you do get related to early on in
Yeah.
the franchise, like things like that.
I'd say for Avengers Endgame, something relatable could be like loss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, losing what you have, or yeah.
Losing someone, something. Loss, yeah.
But that argument that whoever that person put out, I feel like it's feeble, and maybe they didn't watch the movie properly. And I recommend for those who are listening right now, like our listeners, if you do look at critics and you do look online on Twitter, on Reddit, whatever you go on, don't like take those opinions into
yeah.
account,
Don't let it
but don't make
influence
that
your
your opinion.
Yeah. Like, take it and, accept other people's opinions, but don't make it
Yeah.
influence your opinion. This one I
Um.
would agree with. This is another negative review on Rotten Tomatoes. Be that as it many, there's no getting around that the fact the way of water dramatic foundation is leaky. Then again, you're not supposed to notice that. Cameron Cameron proves distractions are real. So I agree with that. Like the plot holes, you're not gonna notice all
Oh
the
yeah.
bad things about it because of the good things and like the things that you were just like, oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that
But
one.
that's okay because he's not striving to make the most compelling storyline. He's not Quentin Tarantino. He's not like
George
trying to
Lucas.
create a story. He's
Yeah.
trying. Well, obviously he is. But
Yeah. Oh, for sure, he's trying to create a story. He wants to do freaking 8 more. But
yeah,
obviously, the visuals is a big standout to many people. And Cameron notices that. Cameron knows that.
because he knows what people want. Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if you've seen the Titanic.
Oh yeah, I have.
Obviously,
Boring is
yeah,
maybe.
obviously a previous one of his. But the visuals of the actual Titanic itself, like when it's sinking, that is massive. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember. I don't know how long ago you saw it. I watched it probably about 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, me too. About that.
Um,
Yeah. 2,
the
3 years ago.
actual boat capsizing is like a
Yeah.
holy
Yeah.
crap moment.
And that's late 1990s.
97,
Yeah,
I
97.
think.
I think. Um.
Um, like that one obviously not as visually stunning as Avatar, either of the Avatars, but
No.
he
But that's
knows
what Avatar
what
is.
brings. Yeah, but he knows what brings in people's attention.
Mm.
People come for the pretty looks. People stay for the storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, it may have plot holes, but if you look into most things, they do.
Yeah, lots of things.
Um,
Especially when a movie's 3 hours long.
yeah. But what are your full thoughts on? Like, do you think it lives up? Because obviously,
Yeah, I think it lives up to fans' expectations. Especially mine. Like me not liking the first one at all, and me going into this one not wanting to watch it. Me, it amazed me, and I think it lives up to fans' expectations.
Yeah,
A lot of people didn't expect it. To make this much money this quick either. On Twitter, I've seen a lot of people be like, "Well, good on them. I didn't think you'd do this good." Um,
mm.
I think it's pleased a lot of people.
Yeah. I am. You know for a fact that I expected it to do amazing, like
Mm.
because I wouldn't stop talking about it.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I didn't think it would do this good this quick.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah. It
crazy. One point
kind of
three
shot up.
billion nearly. That's crazy. It went up really quick, and yeah, I didn't expect it. I don't think anybody did.
This kind of means that every movie after this, as long as it stays relatively up to standards, they're all going to make this amount of money, like roughly. Obviously, if they drop in quality, it's going to drop in sales. But as we've discussed, um, as we've discussed before, I'm not sure if we've spoken about it on the podcast or not, but like Fast and Furious, that's dropped in quality the last few movies, but it's still making more money than what it did previously.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think so, and I hope Avatar's kind of like that, where because James Cameron he wants to do freaking like 8 more or something, and that's crazy. I don't want to turn into just say like no, like Fast and Furious, where it's just
Yeah.
the storyline is like people are like, oh okay, what the hell do I do now?
Mm.
What's left of the
Yeah.
franchise?
It's like we don't want it to be a shell of what it once was, because I do think that I mean, Fast and Furious has more, or at least the first seven of them had a more compelling storyline,
Yeah,
and
a
obviously
hundred
good
percent,
visuals. Like it looked amazing,
100%.
but what really carried it was I mean, more so the cars, but like the storyline around the cars,
Yeah,
like the racing,
of
like
course.
mostly the racing.
Yeah,
Nobody asked for um cars going into space and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I agree, but I think Avatar: The Way of the Water, yeah, masterpiece, masterpiece. Um, I don't want it to do better than Top Gun Maverick. I want Top Gun Maverick to be the number one grossing film of this year, but it doesn't look like it will be. Uh,
Well, it might Top Gun might
I don't think so.
has it. No, it should have. It depends because it would have made the most money in 2022, but because
Oh, true, 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 true. Oh,
um
true, because we're in 2023 now, and it's only out nearly 1.3 bill. But it
yeah,
will count towards 2022 box office. So
yeah, but we know that Top Gun made the most made the most money in 2022.
yeah,
I
but I mean,
I'd put that movie in my top 10.
I don't know. Not my top 10. I'd say top. It'd make my top 20.
That's fair.
Yeah. But guys, let us know what you guys thought of Avatar: The Way of the Water. Are you excited for a third? Did it disappoint you? Were you amazed like me? And yeah, let us know. What do you rate it out of 5? But that's what we thought about it. You think it you reckon it lived up to the expectations of the fans?
I think it did, but I don't think I liked it as much as you did, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I really didn't think I was gonna like this movie. I thought it'd be so boring like the first one. I gotta go and watch the first one again. I don't
Yeah, well, how long ago was it? Like you're older now, you're more matured.
a
Maybe
great
it's not as boring.
it was grade 8. 3 years ago.
Oh, so last year.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
3 years ago, buddy. 3 years ago. He was watched it in history class. I remember.
Oh god, that's why it would have been boring. Because history is so fun. I actually really like
I
history.
I don't. I used to. But I'll definitely rewatch it and imagine if I'd love it.
That'd be
No, I
really
don't think
funny.
so. I at this stage I don't like the first one. Maybe if I watch it again, but I definitely loved the second one. Uh,
Yeah.
but let us know, and yeah, that's what we thought. Um, let us know down below, or DM us on our Instagram, Facebook, leave a comment, and yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode of the Movie Pod. Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and yeah, thanks guys. All right, we're out. Bye bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye bye.